shit. Here we go again, guys.
Once again, yes, we're at it.
Masturbate.
Fucking trouble.
It's another masturbate, folks, and the boys are back, and they've brought a friend along, Professor Safety.
Keep it clean, folks.
Welcome to the show,
Welcome to the
Professor.
show,
Thank
Professor.
you. Thank
How
you.
are
Appreciate you having me.
We're happy
Pleased
to have you.
you. Absolutely.
I like being pleased.
Boys are back in town.
Whoa.
That was for
That's
you.
good.
It's a
Musical.
duet.
That was for you.
Luckily, it was so
Professor.
off-key that we
Thank
won't
you.
get any copyright
That is
infringement
true.
on that one because nobody knew what
No one's
going to
know what you were saying.
Don't have to worry about it.
We don't have to worry about any of that. It's all good.
Is
You
anyone
know?
actually listening?
Professor, did you know that Kraig here was a singer in a band in high school? Blue Cheese?
Blue cheese.
Blue cheese.
True.
Yes,
Wow.
indeed.
That sounds pungent.
My claim to fame, sir.
Played our junior prom.
He did. Boot off stage, as I
Yes.
remember.
Yes, indeed.
Did anyone stay at prom? Is it the shortest prom on record?
I was one of the prom
The frog stayed.
nominee kings, too. I was like man of the hour. I got the most applause because I just performed.
You know what I think? I think the fucking Shallons are part of the fucking Illuminati because
Whoa.
I don't think that
Whoa.
face is prom king fucking material.
At all. At all.
Oh, come
I've
on.
changed. If I could go back in time to any time to where I would go back, I think it would be to blue cheese.
To blue cheese.
At the prom. That sounds like a,
Yeah, man, it's up
That
there
was
with like
a
your-
moment.
That was your Al Bundy
Our-
moment from
our-
high
yeah.
school.
yeah.
Your 4 touchdowns.
Our big cover was Sample in a Jar.
Yes, it
by
was.
Fish.
I do recall that.
And
See, it's memorable. He still recalls
he was. You
still-
see how he shivers when you say it? That's fucking called PTSD.
Yep. Scarred. This is a man scarred for life.
He can't
Well,
listen to that
I
song
did-
anymore.
I did throw the microphone at his head, in all fairness, so.
And he
Sorry
tried to
about
catch it with his mouth. He thought it was your jock strap.
Damn, son. Oh.
He thought it was at a Tom Jones like reverse concert.
Chipped a fucking tooth and everything.
That's true.
Wow.
Well, gentlemen, on that saucy note, it's time to go hard. All right, so as usual, we've got a debate coming up here where the gentlemen involved do not know what the topic they're going to be debating. And Professor Safety, as our esteemed guest, you
Thank you.
get to pick who you would like to go up against here.
I've put a little bit of thought into this, actually. And,
I like that.
you know, Kirk is clearly the funniest, so that's very intimidating. Jed has a wealth of knowledge, so I'm going to clearly pick Kraig. I'm going to go right after him.
Oh,
And,
wow. He's throwing
nice.
digs
It
already.
seems
Good
like the
soft
best option
choice.
we've got.
It's a good way. It's a good way. It's a good move. It's a sound tactic.
I'm giving him a chance. I
That's
just want
right.
to give myself a chance.
All right. Well, here's the deal. Before we get started here, we did predetermine that Kraig is going to choose between time and topic,
You're already losing, bro. You're
Must be
already
nice.
losing.
but I'm going to give you the category before you make your decision.
Okay.
16-bit showdown.
Okay, that's kind of computerish, I guess. Or no, I know what that is. I kind of have an idea. I'm not going
16-bit?
to spill the beans, so I'm not going to spill the bits, so to speak.
Oh, you clever dog. You clever boy. Well, having that information,
Yeah.
would you prefer to choose time or topic?
I'm going to go with topic, Bob.
Okay,
He's
then.
going topic.
Kraig.
Look at that.
Who invited Bob?
Professor, he's choosing topic. Are you going to go first or second?
I actually would like to choose to go second. Thanks.
Gonna go second.
Okay, all right. All right.
I'll let you hang yourself first.
Yeah, I
All right.
figured you got to wait back.
So, Kraig, you need to choose between Green Hill Zone and Mushroom Kingdom.
Green Hill Zone and Mushroom Kingdom?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we're referring to Mario, is that correct?
That's half right.
I'll do Mushroom Kingdom.
All right. You two are going to be debating who is better between Mario and
It's a
Sonic the
Mario.
Hedgehog.
Oh,
It's a Mario.
And
It's a Mario.
what the hell
good
did you
one, right?
decide? You were going first or second?
He's going
You're
second.
going second.
All
thank
right, Kraig, that means that your minute-and-a-half opening statement about the pros of Mario start now.
Well, the only thing, I really need to open with is that cute little "It's a Mario," because that to me is absolute brilliant. Mario is clearly the number one here. The Sonic was a fucking ripoff. That's really what it was of Mario. Mario's success was so pungent and worldwide that Sega was like, oh, they freaked out. They didn't know what to do, so they had to get their own little Mario. Except their Mario is a hairy freak of nature. All right? Nobody can really top, the Mario and the princess. I mean, really, think about the stories behind it. Think about the legend. Think about when you were a child playing it for the first time. Nobody thinks about that with fucking Sonic the Hedgehog and his shitty coin collecting. I mean, that's about all he's got. He spins in little wheels and fucking rolls around like a dirty little chimp, and it's kind of gross, to be honest. But Mario is someone we can all relate to. He's a traveler. He's been through it all from the beginning. When the Smash Brothers, you know what I mean? The Smash Brothers game. Mario's been around the block, y'all. He's been there, done it. He's got a much larger following. Okay, yeah, I admit Jim Carrey's pretty cool for the movie, but
we're going to leave it at Jim Carrey.
Yes, we are.
All right, Professor. Your 1.5-minute opening statement for Sonic starts now.
Bring it.
Sonic, clearly the greatest hedgehog anybody's ever heard of. Has anybody ever heard of a hedgehog greater than Sonic? I would wait. I would wait to see that. But yeah, a hairy freak. I don't think that's quite accurate at all. And I think if you're looking for maybe one of the best games characters of all times, look no further. This guy's got super shoes. You ever seen him run through a level with super shoes? At the end, he's destroying the bad guy. You've got to dominate the entire level, run as fast as you can. He's got a sidekick named Tails. You're taking this dude with you. His tail can flap. He's flying through there. Flying monkey. Have you seen anything like that before? Absolutely not. That's why Sonic and Tails, absolute legend. Okay, shout out to Sonic. First thing on Sega that was bringing everybody over to the system. Yeah, everybody could be a plumber. Who wants to live in a place with constant plumbing problems? Mario. That's where you want to live, in a place of constant plumbing problems. That's awesome. Enjoy your time with Mario. Why don't you go down to the underworld where it's all nasty and there's feces everywhere because, I want to live in Mario's world where there's constant pipes dripping with crap. I think it's just time we get past Mario. We go up a little bit. We start playing with Sonic because Sonic is really what it's all about. We talk about just spinning our wheels. Mario is old school. Get out with the old, get in with the new. Everybody knows Sonic is where you go, what you want to do. So I think it's clear. Everybody should choose Sonic, no doubt.
All right. You got,
Good Lord.
We know you're playing with Sonic.
Man, you can really
play with
feel
more
the
than Sonic.
childhood memories
know,
and
man.
It's not a big
tension
deal.
coming
Hey,
back
This
here.
is stirring
By the
up
way-
memories.
Moderator, I have an objection here. I
Yeah.
was kind enough to wait for my fellow masturbator to quit his point, but he's got his phone out. He's been looking shit up on his phone, moderator. Is that legal? That can't be legal.
If you would like
Whoa.
to look at the things my phone says, it says he was talking about success so pungent, and I was going to relate that back to his band Blue Cheese in high school. Actually, that's the notes he's looking at.
Oh.
So you making notes about my band? What does that have to do with the
He
debate?
might be wanting to look
I
him
think,
up on
I
Spotify.
think that, I think
later.
that Craig's
maybe.
point is
I would
Good
change the
teacher.
subject too if I had to defend Mario and it was that bad.
All right. Okay.
Whoa,
Now,
goodness.
whoa, okay.
save that kind of
Getting
save that kind of
combative.
energy here for the balls to the wall question and answer session, where you each will get 3 minutes to question the other one and try and dissect that other person's argument. And since Craig, you went first on the opening statements,
That's right.
Professor, you are going
Wow.
to start yours right now.
You got
3
your little
minutes.
notebook for this,
So
pal.
what's the greatest thing about Mario, you think? If you had to pick one great thing about Mario.
I would have to say it's the brand of Mario.
It's the brand.
It's the
not-
legend. It's the
legend.
reach.
The reach. You seem like a guy who likes the reach. Maybe around.
I love the reach, man.
See? Okay, folks. He's already
He
bringing it
reaches
to you.
far and wide, and
Plumber crack, big reach. Is my guy reaching out and touch you? Is he going to start singing Sweet Caroline next?
Yeah, I can if you want. Would you like me to Sweet Caroline?
I'll allow it.
Oh no. Blue cheese flashbacks.
Mario is a fucking pimp.
That's That's there forever now.
I don't remember that line.
No,
I'd like
I
to
don't
take the
remember
next
that one.
10 seconds to actually just apologize to everybody who had to listen to that. I'm
Do you have a
just
question
so sorry.
in here, sir?
My
Can
question
you
is-
ask me a question?
Yeah, why is Mario? There's absolutely no possible way that Mario, who's living in a pile of shit, is better than Sonic the Hedgehog. How fast is Mario? If Mario had to run 100 meters, how long do you think it would take?
He's not living in a shithole. He's living in Mushroom
How long
Kingdom
do you
with a
think?
fucking princess.
How long do you think that would take
right.
for him to run the 100?
I mean, he's getting a piece of that blonde girl. He's loving it too, Mario. He's saving the day.
He's not
chilling
saving
in
the
a
day at the
castle.
finish line. He's still at
chilling
the
in a
starting
palace.
blocks, folks. That's
He's,
right.
You know, bonking bricks with his head. Like, dude's hard-headed, man. You can't mess him up. I mean,
I
sure,
think-
he gets little every now and then. We all get little every now and then. Am I right?
I don't
Some
think
more than
especially-
others.
I'm gonna be
Yeah,
honest.
especially in
Mario's
the cold
not
shower.
shit without Luigi, too.
Especially
so
in the
like,
cold shower. So you're right. That's a
you're
good point.
absolutely nothing without him.
That's a
you
very
know?
good point.
Like you're
Mario's
not even
got
a
Luigi.
huge legend. The legend is like,
Ooh, we're brothers and we're going to come clean out your toilets.
like what is this? And then you're gonna go down him.
You
get
got another
snaked out?
minute. Ask him a
Yeah,
question.
you gonna ask me a question, bro, or are you just gonna start talking shit?
Yes. So, if you thought Mario, what's the worst part about the Mario movie?
The Mario movie? Which
Yeah.
one?
The most recent one, I think the only one. Is there another Mario movie in existence?
Sure,
There was
John
the
Leg-
live action.
Yeah, there
one.
was
John,
live action.
the legendary John Leguizamo Mario movie. That was brilliant.
Well, I like to say Bob Hoskins.
I would
Yeah,
have.
but-
You just chose
digress.
mushrooms because you like this. Is that accurate?
Well, who doesn't love mushrooms, man? Come on.
It's a little more
He's on
pasta
him right
salad.
now?
Yeah.
There's not a chance.
Mushrooms are amazing. They're high in fiber. They're good for you. They're a superfood.
I'll give 5 seconds back. Thanks.
All right.
Of course you will. You got nothing else to say.
Sometimes more is or less is more, right? But Craig, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Your 3 minutes starts now.
I don't need no little notebook either. I got you, bro. So here's the thing.
I think you like those kinds of movies.
Excuse me.
Notebook.
I got a question. All right.
I thought it was a statement about a notebook.
What is the goal in the Sonic the Hedgehog game? What's the goal?
Mostly defeating the bad guy.
Yeah, who's the
you know?
bad guy?
Exactly.
Jim Carrey.
Exactly.
What's the goal of this plumber?
I'm asking the questions here, sir. So to beat the bad guy, this arbitrary bad guy, he's not saving a wonderful, beautiful human being that we call the princess.
I only like to save the pretty ones.
And that's not true. He saves the her little handicap brother, Toad.
Oh.
He saves Toad. And he rides a fucking
Saves
dragon.
Toad,
that
little
eats
handicapped
things.
Toad.
Yeah, he did.
He's now he
saved that poor
5
little
minutes ago.
handicapped
This guy
boy.
loved mushrooms. Now he's hating on Toad as handicapped.
So why?
Like,
yeah,
how did we get here?
So tell me, how is it so hard for you to believe that Mario's a good person because he saves a damsel in distress and he saves the little handicapt brother?
I'm gonna let people decide about the handicapped brother.
Deny that though. Little Toad man, he's a little guy. You know, he's troubled. And Mario is there for him. You know what I'm saying? So you cannot call him disgusting or go against his character. Am I right? If you go against his character, if you're going against his character, what does that make you there, Professor?
It makes me a professor of safety. I've actually been doing this for 23 years. Several awards.
So
there.
you're
Thank you.
saying that it's unsafe to play
It's
Super
unsanitary
Mario?
to be Mario.
It's
No.
unsafe?
Unsanitary.
It's
I think
unsanitary.
That's what
to
Mario
beat
likes.
Mario?
That's where he lives,
He
man.
lives
That's
in the
what you're
mushroom
celebrating,
world, man.
That's
He
what you
lives
love
in-
about the
he
mushroom
doesn't
world
live in
is the
this shit
slop.
world. He
It's
lives
the
on top of the
undercarriage
shit
of
in the
that.
mushroom world, okay?
I think there's a stamp for that, and I think it
So,
should go on your forehead.
I'm reclaiming my time here. Okay, first of all, you're just rambling. You're not even answering the questions that I'm asking. So I'd appreciate it if you would just answer the questions instead of
You're fine.
being a
Ask
little
him a question.
douchebag.
Ask him a
That was,
question.
And-
that
Give him
was
a chance
20
to answer
seconds
it.
of rambling
Going
about
around.
rambling.
So I got a question. What do you have against the Italian population? Why are you so prejudiced against Italians?
I love
That you claim that they all live in shit.
I love pizza.
Why do you
think
claim
it's an Italian
such a
thing?
thing?
This game, I think I'm just going to point out, Japanese made, right? Is that accurate?
That's
Is this
true.
a Japanese
That's
game?
true.
Yeah, and
Mario?
they did it to honor our Italian brethren.
I think honor would be
And
questionable.
you want to shit on them. Literally, you believe they live in shit.
All right.
Is that correct?
We'll have to leave it there. You don't have to answer that if you don't want to.
No, thanks.
That's what I thought. He's scared to answer that question.
Well, this is just getting heated
It is.
up.
It is indeed.
Jed, let's talk to you, the
First timer.
hung juror. What do you make of this?
I gotta say, I mean, both sides are definitely arguing their side strongly. You know, I think that there's some points to be made that, yes, Mario is a plumber, so yes, he does have to work in some unseemly places.
Yeah.
But you know, Craig's also pointing out the fact that, you know, he saved the damsel in distress, so it's not just about taking down the bad guy. There's a little bit more depth to that story.
That's right.
So
That's right.
Ooh.
they're both making very strong arguments. Very strong argument. However, the BPM spurt of brilliance, I got to give it to our man, Professor Safety, because he
Okay.
did point out that Sonic is always rolling with some tail.
Oh, Lord. Okay. Well. Interesting take by the
strong-
hung
strong
he,
argument.
He just wanted to throw out a joke,
He's-
moderator. That was bullshit.
Listen, we got to give it to him. He probably had that tucked away in his pocket for
Masturbate.
minutes.
He probably did. I agree with that assessment.
I've never
All right.
masturbated in person, but the tail is nice.
All right.
Whoa.
Here we go. So we're gonna wrap it up with the final arguments here, gentlemen. Craig, you're gonna get to go first. Your last minute starts now.
Ladies and gentlemen, my fellow masturbator is going to say some things that are not true. And what you're going to see is you need to read between those lines and see that he's an extremely prejudiced person who does not appreciate the likes of our Italian-American brethren. And it's really sad that he believes that they live in shit when he worships some little, goober creature thing that rolls around and collects coins. Like, I don't really get it. But, that's the problem with our friend, the professor, is he's stuck in his ways, his old-timey Professor Safety ways. And it's just fucking ridiculous. And clearly he is against Italians.
All right. Well, there we go.
Wow.
Seems like
Woo!
he's got an
Thank you.
argument that
Thank
he's
you.
trying to make there.
I
Professor,
appreciate that. Thank you.
Professor, you've got a minute to rebut
Thank you.
that.
Perfect.
Starting now.
Thank you so much. I think it's very obvious that folks, the character attacks predictable, right? As usual for my counterpart over here. You'd expect nothing more than him to try to turn this into a debate about me not liking Italians, question mark? Yeah, we went up the ramp for that one because it's that out of bounds. So I'm going to tell you right now, Sonic, Hedgehog, fastest hedgehog I've ever seen in my entire life. Most hedgehogs sleep all day. That's fact. They're nocturnal animals. Sonic runs all day, runs all night, runs as long as you have that Sega Genesis on, baby, just like my childhood. So I'm going to tell you right now, Sonic, he left an indelible mark on me. He's leaving an indelible mark right on Craig's mushroom-stamped forehead here. And I think for people, the real jury out there listening, they're going to come through for me because they know my guy's getting it done. He's bringing the tail with it. And Sonic, forever, thank you.
All right, Jesus
Good
Christ.
Lord.
Well, if Sega's not
Finish.
paying you money, they
They
should
should be.
start now.
Indeed.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's get this guy some.
I've always
paycheck.
wanted a GameCube.
Now, how do you gentlemen think you did there, Craig? How do you think you did in that
Oh,
argument?
I crushed it. Are you kidding? Like always.
Yeah.
When am I not?
Anything
no.
you think you could have expounded upon, or
I think I could have played into the fact that he had to look up a bunch of stats on his phone in the middle of the debate. I probably should have.
I'm bad at
pointed that
remembering
out.
things.
I mean, how else does he know that hedgehogs sleep most of the day?
Well,
you know
can
what
I
I mean?
just
Like
say-
who just throws
science,
that shit
actually,
off?
science.
Who just knows
went to
that
grade
off
school.
the top of their head?
Sixth
You know,
grade,
that just doesn't
actually
happen.
learned that. Had one in the
Professor?
classroom.
I guess
Professor,
that
how
fact
would
really
you-
Slept all the
settled,
time.
really fit, really. hit
All
you.
right, all right. So
You
thick,
mad, bro?
rife with just animosity.
Saltier than the ocean.
Professor,
Very
how would
vinegar.
you rate yourself in this debate?
I'm gonna say probably a 6 out of 9.
6 out of 9. I like the sound of that for some
Whoa.
reason.
Thanks.
Let me ask you this: any points you wish you should have made to get your point across harder?
Everything I try to do is a little bit harder, but I think I made all the points I wanted to. Thanks, Kirk.
Craig, what the hell? Like, I didn't know if you knew what Sonic was. You refused
He's
to
a
say the word hedgehog.
Hedgehog.
You kept calling him a goofy little creature.
Goober
or
monster.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
Goober.
Let's be honest. He's not a real hedgehog. He's fucking blue.
Yeah.
So hedgehogs aren't blue, man. And his head is way too big for his
Futuristic
body.
ass hedgehog.
It's a cartoon.
He
First of
also
his
has,
kind.
you know who did the voice?
It's a little baby kid cartoon.
Jaleel White did the voice of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Did he do that?
Exactly. This guy gets
Yeah,
it.
what's the
Professor Safety.
voice of Sonic? I could tell you the voice of Mario.
It's a Mario. It's a Mario.
Well, you're doing it like really
Wow.
effeminate.
Yeah,
It's
a little
really
bit.
cute. It's cute.
It's supposed to be cute.
It's
It's a
adorable.
Mario.
I don't think that's cute. That sounds fucking frightening. If I heard that coming from underneath
It's
my
a
bed.
Mario. Get
you
in my
think I'd-
van.
Exactly. Yes. Free candy. Free candy. You sound like Michael
It's a
Jackson.
caramello. It's a Mario.
I sound like a Michael Jackson doing an Italian voice. All right. Well, we'll leave it there.
Doesn't matter if you're black or white chocolate.
That's right.
Yep,
Folks, we appreciate you tuning in for this episode of Mass Debate. Don't forget to like, subscribe, tell your friends, get some folks in here, share this fucking video or the link to Spotify
We need you
or
people.
Apple Podcasts.
Yes, we do.
We're growing an
Kind of a
empire
big deal.
here, baby. And, we want to get paid. So help us out.
Indeed.
See you next time on Mass Debate.
Later.